BMW says M is the most powerful letter in the world. We're not here to find the fastest M car, we're here to find our favourite. Welcome to M Car Party 2017. 7 M cars, over $1.3 million worth, and that's not the only impressive stat. Over 2,500 kilowatts, more than 4,200 Newton metres, and an average 0 to 100 time across the fleet of under 4.2 seconds. There's no shortage here of performance. Our motoring taste testers on this occasion, Andrea Matthews, Martin Pettendy, yours truly Mike Sinclair, and our master of going faster, Luke Yulden. Our four-wheeled invitees, on the other hand, represent the spectrum of BMW's M cars sold down under.
M140i. This introduces us to the M product. Is it worthy the M badge? 3-litre turbocharged engine crammed into this little car, 500 Newton metres of torque. I'm tipping it'll be the big surprise.
Executive driving with power and style, this is brawn for the brainy. And while the M5 is one of the bigger and heavier cars in this field, it does have phenomenal straight line speed. But we want to see how it's going to translate those numbers against its svelte siblings.
It's been more than 3 decades since BMW produced its first M3, and to celebrate it's produced this, the 30-year special edition. Priced about $10,000 more than the standard M3 and about the same price as the M3 competition on which it's based. This car produces 331 kilowatts and hits 100 k's in 4 seconds dead.
The M2 was Australia's best driver's car 2016 for a reason. It's light, responsive and it's fun to drive. It's the perfect package for drivers. But how's it going to fare against the rest of its M family?
At almost $300,000, the M6 Coupe is one of the most expensive cars here. It also happens to be the most powerful by far though. If you like your M cars big, brawny and boisterous, then look no further.
The M4 GTS. Barring the M6 race car, this is the fastest BMW product you can buy. It really is a race car for the road. Lightweight, stripped out, adjustable suspension, adjustable aerodynamics. We know it's fast, but does it have the fun factor?
Clearly the X6M stands apart in this company. It's the only SUV and it's the only all-wheel drive. But the boffins at M say even this big, brawny tractor has true M car genes. And they've got a point. It's super fast and it's surprisingly capable. This is not a normal comparison. Our biggest one-make automotive party ever won't have losers, but it will have one winner, or at least our favourite. Driven on the road and on the track, it was clear there was a familial relationship. These cars feel like they're related, in a brothers singing harmonies good way, rather than family feud. The mighty M5 was first up. The recipe? Huge horsepower in an understated big 4-door. It's mega fast in a straight line, but at a few corners and the M5 feels less composed. With this much grunt, the circuit feels like an ice rink. Turning the M5 into a drift machine is literally a throttle tweak away. Putting a clean lap together might be a challenge, but the M5 remains fun with a capital F. Luxury Autobahn Stormer? Yes. Track day swinger? Well, not so much. Nonetheless, the M5 logs an impressive lap time of 58.47 seconds. We thought the M140i might surprise, and it did. The lightest car here, the Baby M, has giant killing potential, demonstrating all the attributes of the M2, but with slightly softer edges. The M140i is just a fraction slower in a straight line and around the track. This entry-level M car is fantastic value for money and well deserving of the badge it wears. It might have produced the slowest lap time of 58.62 seconds, but that's not even 2/10 shy of the tyre shredding and 3 times more expensive M5. If you thought the M6 is just a 2-door clone of the M5, you are oh so wrong. This coupe is as brutally fast as the M5, faster in fact, but it feels far sharper in the twisty stuff. Although it shares many aspects of the sedan's engineering, the difference is chalk and cheese. Traction is still the blown V8's Achilles heel on the track, but its handling poise gives the M6 a significant, in fact almost a second, lap time advantage over the M5. If there's any M car crying out for all-wheel drive, it's the M6. And if that all-wheel drive system works like the one under the X6M, the result will be a treat. Any car with 423 kilowatts and 750 newton metres has to be taken seriously when all four paws are clawing. When it's polished by the masters at M, it's even better. The most accurate way to sum up the X6M is the phrase world's biggest rally car. With a lap time of 58.41 seconds, it's faster than the M140i and the M5. Is this just a token M truck to please the SUV driving masses? No way. It's the genuine M article with only one difference. You sit a foot higher. The reigning Australia's best driver's car, the M2 is unbelievably well credentialed in every facet of its performance. And its bang for your bucks is almost unrivaled. It goes, it stops, it turns, and with a lap time of our track of 56.94 seconds, it's just plain fast. On a twisty road, pluck fourth gear in the manual variant and forget. The engine has so much torque across the rev range and the gearing is near perfect. Not everyone is cut out to be a race car driver, but everyone that's driven the M4 GTS can pretend, for a while at least. The wildest M4 ever is intimidating to get the most from. BMW's fastest road car ever is almost purely track focused, and even without tuning its suspension and aerodynamics, it was far and away the fastest here. Its list of performance add-ons, and in some cases omissions, is too long to detail. Simply, it shows what M can do with a road legal vehicle when racetrack performance is the priority. Officially, the GTS is 30 kilos lighter than the standard M4. Option the carbon fibre wheels and you can almost double that number. Power is up, there's water injection and a lot more boost. 368 kilowatts and 600 newton metres. Big numbers for a 6. It's stiff like a race car, it reacts like a race car, it's loud like a race car, and with stability controlled off, you have to drive it like a race car. No surprise then, it obliterated the lap times of the others, with a staggering 54.77 second lap, the fastest we've ever recorded around the Wodonga layout. Who knows how much quicker it could have gone if we'd cranked on some downforce. The M3 picks up the best characteristics from each M car and makes them work in harmony. And in its 30-year guise, it's at its best. The chassis feels a fraction more settled than the M2, and its cornering prowess is second only to the M4 GTS. It has the right amount of engine power, the right amount of stopping power, and the right amount of handling. It's still a tad raw in that quintessentially M manner, but with a 56.6 second lap time, it's blindingly quick. Everything an M car should be? Well, let's go to the judges.
7 M cars with very different characters. So the M140i. Yeah, fantastic car surprise packet. Worthy of the M badge? Absolutely. Lively, torque for days. Just putting its power down, a little bit of a battle.
So M2, well, it won Australia's best driver's car last year, and we can all understand why, Marty. It's one of your favourites, isn't it?
Absolutely. Big 6 rear drive, compact car, eminently throwable, foolproof to drive.
And almost as quick as M3.
M3, still the quintessential M car, right amount of power in a great chassis that makes you feel alive, and is no wonder it's the best M car out there.
The M4 GTS, it's a real race car for the road.
It is a proper thing, as you said. It feels like a race car, it feels like a tarmac rally car. It's stiff, it moves around, it's responsive. I think you have to have a little bit of skill to get the most out of this thing, so perhaps not the car for everyone, but certainly the car for me.
Well, it's a lot of money. Is it worth 2 standard M4s?
Short answer, no.
Clearly a track car. The M4 GTS is really going to sing on the track, but you know, go down to the supermarket, not so much.
The M5 here is absolutely diametrically opposed to the M4 GTS.
It's a big car, it's that big twin turbo V8 that BMW does so well. Great on the highway, great on the Autobahn. Around our track, maybe
too much, isn't it? A little bit too much engine,
yeah.
I think, for the capabilities of the rear end in particular.
On the road, it just seems like it has absolutely, buckets and buckets of power. I can see why it's so popular with the Germans on the Autobahn.
Oh, absolutely. That's a German Autobahn car right there if ever I've seen one, isn't it?
There's a cruiser out there though, and it's actually a lot quicker than we thought it would be, the M6, the coupe.
Yeah, on paper and configuration, it's very similar to the M5, but very different in practice. Lower, lighter, quicker.
Big surprise to me, the M6. I think, it was good on the open road particularly. I really enjoyed that cruising. And even on the track, it showed itself as pretty capable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise package for me. As you said, Marty, I couldn't believe how different it was from the M5. It feels like a different car.
Yeah. But there was a bigger surprise package than that, wasn't there?
Absolutely, absolutely, and sort of a odd favourite for me out of this was the X6M, and on the road it's mega. On the track, it was like the world's biggest Evo 10.
That's the biggest surprise packet of this lot for sure. It does not feel like you're driving an SUV. You are driving a sports car. You're just sitting that little bit higher.
Except for the right height.
Yeah, absolutely. But in terms of power down, particularly with four-wheel drive, it just puts all that grunt to the ground, which the M6, M5 just cannot do.
Yeah, and in such a flexible package, that is one that can justify for family and everyday use.
Family with kids that don't get car sick, I'd suggest, because it's absolutely quick. It was interesting when I was talking to the M guys in Munich that they are absolutely adamant that that's still a true M car.
I absolutely agree 100%, and I'd love to take that to a track day and just murder some of these Evo 10s, as you said.
You would embarrass people, and I've changed my mind about it as well.
Yeah. Personal favourites. Andrea, your favourite?
I really like the M2. I think that still showed itself to be a real driver's car.
But for me, the M3, great size, great power, the most accessible performance here.
Luke?
Yeah, I think for me it's the M3. It sits in the middle of everything here. Obviously the GTS is the fastest thing. We all knew that. Yeah, but you need to be a race driver to get the most out of it.
Intimidating.
Yep. I think the M3, particularly this M3, which is the 30-year package that works on the performance pack, is a much better car than the original standard M3.
Not a lot more money.